Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So this is going to be a follow-up to my last cargo video that was kind of the beginner guide where I showed you how to rent a whole A that's 64 SCU, and I show you how to chain like 6 of the 50k cargo missions together. So if you're new to this and you're new to cargo, please watch that video. I'm going to leave it in the description. This is kind of going to take it one step further, kind of like to the intermediate level, I guess you'd call it. And I'm going to see if we can't chain an extra 1-2 missions on top of that by using a larger ship. Now, you can see in the background, this is the Constellation Taurus. It holds about 172 SCU, I guess like 160-ish or something like that on the cargo grid, the bottom cargo grid. I could be wrong on those numbers, but it does hold a little bit less than 172 because it has a little compartment above that is shielded where it holds cargo. So I'm not an expert on the Taurus, so that's just kind of vague information on it. But it is a very popular cargo ship, and I see it just about every time I play one of the Constellation series, so I thought it'd be a great ship to use since it's popular. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the contracts menu. We're going to take a look and see what we have and see if we can't chain a few more, or at least 1 to 2 more of those missions on top, and see if we can't make some more closer to like 400k versus the 300k by using maybe a larger ship that you have. So let's jump into that now. Okay guys, we are in the menu. We are going to go ahead and go back to our contracts right here. We're going to go to our hauling, and we're going to see what we have. Now we want to find those 50k missions. Remember, the Bajini ones are the 50k. We're looking for those. Okay, so here are the 50k. So what we're looking for is an extra mission that we can take on top from Bajini to Riker. So this is a good one to see if we can't stack something else on top. Now, I know there is another 56-ish K mission. So here's an 82 right here. So here's, if you had a larger ship, you could take more of these. But here's 106, 82, which we're not going to be able to take both of those missions, right? So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to stack this 82 with the 43, which is 19 SCU, and then we're going to throw all of those on there, which will be around closer to 400k. So let's go ahead and take the bigger ones first. Now it's important to put the larger boxes on first so that you can stack these smaller boxes around. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this mission from Bajini to Riker. We are good there. Now, also guys, remember in the last video I talked about, positioning your vehicle the best you can. So I've got this decently. This is usually where I use it. Please feel free to, test out if you have a better way of parking this, but in a medium hangar it gets kind of difficult. Now let's go ahead and call this up. So there is our contracted mission. Oops, well, it helps if I actually send it down first. So we're gonna throw these on there, and then we're going to talk about using the Atlas, because it's real important that you need the Atlas or the ATLS, however you want to call it, to actually do these missions. So you just drag these over again. I'm going to call them up. And I'll always wait till I hear the elevator moving before I back out of the menu. I've had it glitch out a few times like that. So here are our boxes for that mission, right? So this was the 56k. So remember, important, this is the ATLS. You want to have one of these if possible. It's not necessary, so if you don't, or you forget, or it just takes too much time for you to call one, you can do this with a max lift tractor beam just fine. It does save you some time, but not an exponential amount or anything like that. So guys, we're going to try to speed this up. We're going to get these boxes loaded. Okay, guys, so we are going to jump in. Oh, forgot a box right there. So we are going to jump back in our contracts menu, and we're going to see about that next mission. So we're going to go to our hauling, and then we're looking for that 43K one right there. We're going to try to take this one. But first things first, let's see if I can't grab this and throw this on the ship. Now, I'm not a super fan of the Taurus when it comes to like loading bigger loads like this, because I just find it like the way the grid is and stuff. So we're gonna have to, once you get it on there, you kind of have to manipulate it yourself into getting it to where like kind of like Jenga, or not Jenga, more like a Tetris, as far as stacking it, because all the boxes need to go on top, and you can't put 2 of the 8s on top, which is why I don't really care for it. I wish you could stack 2 8s on top of each other, but it just doesn't let you, even though there's kind of plenty of room in the Taurus. I think they should extend that personally. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, we're going to call this next mission, which is the 19, and then we're going to call all of the 50K missions at once, since they're all 1 SCU boxes. The reason we're doing this is we want to make sure we don't miss any boxes. You can call all of your missions all up at once on the same elevator, but it's just not my preferred method, even though it takes a few seconds longer to kind of go through the menus like this. And then, of course, you have to deal with, you know, things like getting stuck on this loading contents menu. So let's wait for this to actually load so that we can get we call up our next set of cargo. Alright guys, so we got our cargo coming up right there. And this is where I stop using the Atlas with the Taurus, because God, what a nightmare when it comes to using it. So right here is where I ended up just using the max lift, and what I normally do is just kind of throw these boxes over here. Sometimes I throw them over here and then go to stack them, but we will see if we can't get a few of them first. Now remember, this is the part where you kind of have to go around the edge a little bit to kind of get this to work correctly. And let's see if we got these stacked all right. And we did. We got them stacked perfectly fine. So we're going to keep on chunking these boxes on here. And then we're going to go to all of the 1 SCU boxes to find out if we can get them all to fit nice and well all on the Taurus. And I think you guys can kind of see where the Taurus isn't really my preferred. I've had actually better luck in my Starlancer Max, or even a Freelancer Max works pretty good. Either of those are pretty good ships to use. For whatever reason, it's like the grid on the Taurus just makes it really awkward to use. Okay, so we have our little 1 SCU right there. So we're going to go ahead and keep going on this left side. And on this next batch, when we start doing this 1 SCU, I will go ahead and speed that up for you guys who wants to watch that many boxes get stacked, right? Okay, so this is our 2. This should line up perfectly fine right here on the end to give us a full thing right there. We are good. Now, guys, this is the last set right here, right? This is the last set of what we're going to try to do, and we're going to see if we can try to get all these boxes to fit. So we're going to go contracts, offers, we are going to hauling, and these are where we're looking for all of those same 50k missions that we were looking for in the last video. Remember, if you're just watching this now, go check out that video first because it'll help explain all of these. Okay, so here is the 11. We are going to accept that. We're going to go back to our hauling. Going to go back to our next 50k. This is also Bajini. We're going to take that one. Looking for our next 50k one, Bajini right here. There's a couple of 6s. That's going to help out a little bit. So let's go down here to our next 50ks. Okay, Bajini. Down to our next one. Going to go to our next one. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50k, 7, 8. So there's our missions right there. So let's call up all these 1 SCUs. Hopefully this won't take too long to load. Let's see here. Loading contents. Everything we love. One thing I did find, if you get stuck on this loading contents for a while, every once in a while, if you back out of this menu like this, while it's doing that, and then getting back into it, sometimes it loads a little bit faster. So let's call up our last 6 boxes. And then we're going to load this, and I'm going to speed this up so you can kind of get this in like in a fast motion, but at least you can see the loading. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have all of those. We are going to call those up. Now transferring, remember, wait till you start hearing the elevator actually make some sounds before you actually clear out of the screen. Or you'd risk having it disappear and things the like. And there we go. So there are our 1 SCUs that we're all going to throw on here. Alright guys, so again, the Atlas is very hard to use with this, so I'm going to do this with the max lift. It's just faster. I've tested it to extent, and I just have way better luck with max lift. If you're an ace at this Atlas, then have at it by all means. So let's speed this sucker up, and let's get all these boxes loaded up. Alright guys, and just for people's sake, we will go ahead and try to use the Atlas so I can kind of show you. Maybe we'll get lucky here and it will work well. Maybe, hopefully. But let's give it a shot anyways. Okay, guys, we are all loaded up on our Taurus. We threw our ATLS, our Atlas on the back. I do not see any boxes that maybe got thrown. It's always a good idea to check around for any boxes that might have got thrown, especially if you're using the ATLS, the Atlas, because it's known for kind of like every once in a while it'll chunk a box that just doesn't make any sense why. But it does do it, so we are going to close our cargo bay. I'm going to send that baby up. We've got all 8 contracts. This is our 400k run. Now remember, guys, even though this takes a little bit of time, you know, you're doing it in your hangar. You're not under, you know, threat of anything. It's very kind of relaxing gameplay if you're just, you know, wanting to chill and make some extra money. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to take this down to Riker. We're going to sell it, and I'll show you what else you can do with this ship. There are actually some contracts that you can take down at Riker to bring up to Bajini on your return trip so that you make a nice little loop. You make in a little extra time. Most of the time, I skip them just because of the time it takes to load. I normally just come straight back here and just make this run again and just save the little bit of extra time. But it's kind of, you know, it's hit or miss. It's whatever you feel like doing at the time, whether you want to take those extra mission or 2 that are down there. But okay, guys, we are going to make our way down to Riker. And instead of doing this whole fly thing, since I go ahead and show this in the other video, we're going to skip that. And I'm going to just get back with you guys once I get to my hangar right down below us at Area 18. Okay, guys, we are down here. We are in our hangar here at down here at ArcCorp at the Riker. So now when it comes to unloading this, remember all this is all going to the same place. You don't have to be perfect with any of this. If you need to just throw a whole bunch on and then send a little bit down and so on and so forth, feel free to do that if that's easier for you. So what I'm going to do is we are going to just make our way around to the front in this really slow ATLS. Man, I really wish they'd just go ahead and add the freaking jump jets to this. What a way more pleasurable experience it would be. But I get that it doesn't have the backpack or the thrusters and things like that, or whatever they want to call it. So to each their own. So okay, so guys, again, we're just gonna start clearing some of this out, and we will organize it later if we need to. But for right now, I just wanted to get some of these boxes off the top. Remember what I said about the Atlas. Sometimes it doesn't work the best in the world. You got to make sure you get that box out, right? So we're just going to throw a few of these over there. Seems like the Atlas has it's gotten a little bit better. It used to be very difficult to use this with the Taurus. It's kind of a pain, actually. So let's get some of this off. This is kind of what I was talking about the Atlas being a pain in the butt to use sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and take this, we're going to put these in the back. And guys, we are going to speed this up now, and I will be back once we get it all offloaded. All right, guys, and just like that, we have it all loaded. It ain't pretty, but it's done. Like I said, I think once you get proficient with it, especially with the ATLS, once you get really used to that and kind of just get everything lined up where you get like a system in place, I think this would like really speed up. But we got it all done, and this is an easy, like very low risk to none 400k to even more if you have a ship that can fit a little more, but this is just from the Taurus itself. So remember to search around, make sure you got all your boxes. You could see that when I was speeding it up, those boxes sometimes go flying, so you got to make sure you get everything. So we're going to come in here to the delivery point. We are going to send our boxes down and make sure that they're all green. 6 to 6, 11 11, 7 7. It looks like we are good to go. All 8 missions. So what is that? Just over 400k, I believe, or right at 400k. And we are sending it down. Transfer complete. And you'll start seeing all of the completed missions start popping up just like it was in the last video. So guys, this is kind of the intermediate video. So what do you guys think about this, man? Leave me some comments. Let me know what do you think about this run. That's 8 runs chained together, all from Bajini to Riker. Pretty good, pretty fun. Not too bad in terms of money. 400k. Like I said, once you get a system, I think that can be this whole thing can be sped up, especially if you have a different ship or a better ship that's easier loading cargo. I think you can make this very easier. Is it as fast as just making that 300k whole A run? I'm not sure. It takes a bit of time to get to like load and unload from a larger ship. So, you know, in hindsight of everything, it might just be easier to make the 300k run right back, do the 300k again. I mean, the whole A is so easy to load. If you have a partner doing 2 sides at once, y'all could load that in just no time, split 150k, and just make run after run of that 150k and be millionaires in no time, for real. Guys, that is literally all I have for you in this video. I hope this little intermediate kind of cargo run really helps out. Let me know what you think. Maybe it'll at least give you ideas of what can be done with these runs, and you can check them out for yourself. As always, guys, I really appreciate the support in the comments. It helps motivate when when y'all ask questions and I make new videos and stuff, or add to these videos. I didn't really have this planned out to make, but there were so many comments about it, about running a little bit more, making them a little bit larger with larger ships, and a lot of comments about larger ships. So I thought this would be a good one. So maybe I can extend this in the future and do all of those cargo runs at once, and maybe we can do it in something like maybe not a whole C, but maybe like a C2. We can make these runs in a C2 and take every one of those missions at once. Let me know if you like that idea. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And as always, I will see you on the next video.